Okay guys, this video is just going to be a quick one for a little quick video on roundabouts. I'm going to show you from my point of view what you should be looking at, what you should be seeing, and when you should go, when you should not go. So hopefully you find it useful, and if you do, remember, like, share, subscribe. And so yeah, without any more talking, let's go and do it. This lady's got her buggies in the road, but she's moved it now. Thank you. We're going to turn right at the next roundabout. So I'm just going to check my center and then right. So on this roundabout already I can see there's cars waiting to come up from the right. So on roundabouts you always look to the right first because they can have priority there. And there's two lanes there. One is turning this way and one is going towards us. So we were concerned about where that black car is coming from, that's where that big car was coming from. Where the yellow van is now, that's the lane that we need to worry about because they're going to have priority. The other guys should be turning this way. So this AA car should be moving forward now, and she does. Well done. So I'm checking the right lane again because now there's a car there. He's getting blocked by this car, and the van is also gonna block him. So now I can move, and now the bike has to wait for me. And that's how roundabouts work. Okay. Slowing down again. We are approaching a 20 section, same place as before. We're just going to try that the double roundabout, but going left this time. We're going to do both of them. Show you how it's done properly. Just going to give this learner some space so they can turn properly. And they can see there's a bus parked up on the bus stop there, so space is a bit reduced. I'm going to reduce my speed a bit more. Keeping an eye on my speed, make sure I still stick to 20 until we go past the sign that says 30. Okay, so this time we're going to follow signs for burnt oak. So as I look at the roundabout, this guy's in my way a little bit. I'm just going to go past him, and then so if I look at the sign, burnt oak is to the left. So as you can see, there's two roundabouts again. So left at the first roundabout leads us to the second roundabout, and then left at the second roundabout. So I'm just gonna check my mirrors, signal left, position myself towards the left, looking left from earlier. I can see that car is turning, but I can see the van is in the lane that we're concerned about. So remember, there's two lanes there. So the one on where the car just came from, that's what we're worried about, but now it looks like it's clear. Then I can move. Once I'm here, I'm starting to look at the other roundabout straight away, looking for where they're going. It looks like they're positioned to go that way, and they're getting blocked anyway. I'm just going to keep moving, making sure that those cars that are blocking them aren't coming towards me. And that's that one done. So we turn left and left. Let's try that one, same roundabout. So the same double roundabout, turning right and then right. So I'm just going to turn the car around so that we can try that, going right and then right. So we're trying the same roundabout. This time we're following signs for Mill Hill. So if you can see the sign there, so the first roundabout, we're going to turn right towards the second one, which is taking us towards Mill Hill if you turn right. Okay, already in gear 1. So I'm just going to check my mirrors and signal right. So we've got a zebra crossing quite close to the roundabout here, so I'm just going to keep it clear, but after the crossing there's enough space for one car to wait by the giveaway line there. So once this lady's in the middle, I can go to the giveaway line. I'm already checking the right. It's looking good, it's looking quite clear, and there's cars on my left, but they're going to have to wait for me. This lady has to wait. I'm going to position myself to the right and then signal right again. There's a car coming from the right, but he's going that way, and this car on the left is Aston Martin, has to wait for us. And because it's a mini roundabout, I'm not going to signal left to come off. I'm just going to turn and then let the signal cancel itself. And that's turning right and then right at a double roundabout. Okay. Trees are starting to look beautiful now. Bit autumn trees. Okay, 20-mile-an-hour sign flashing. So someone around here is probably going a bit over 20. Just keeping it nice and slow, especially in this tight spot here. You can see a car in the middle of the road there. It's probably going to come out before me, so I'm just going to ease off the gas slightly. And then there's 30 sign here, but everyone's braking, so I'm not going to go faster. In fact, I'm going to go slower. Thinking about changing into 1 here because that van is in the way and we're going quite slow. We're going like 10 miles an hour, so yes, I'm going to go into 1 and move off smoothly and into 2. Okay, so we're approaching another roundabout here and we're going to turn right at this run. And I can see there's a zebra crossing before it as well, so I'm just going to approach it slowly. The van that's working there is blocking my view of the left, so I'm just going to go really slowly, signal right from about here, go really slowly, make sure there's no one there, and then go into gear 1 as I approach. So I can see already on the right there's quite a few cars there, but on the left as well there's a bit of traffic building up there, which means that some of these guys will just wait up there and not block our way. I'm just going to make sure that's the case. I can see his wheels are moving, so I'm not going to go anywhere. I'm just going to wait here. If they check their eyes, check for eye contact, see what they do with their hands. Are they going to let you go? Because now it's clearer now, so they shouldn't let you go. They should just carry on moving. But keep an eye out for any cars coming from this way that are going to block them, like this police car, for instance. But she might turn all the way around, so I'm just going to wait. And also, if there's only 1 car blocking them, usually there's not enough time unless you've preempted it from before. Okay, so now there's enough space. There's no one from the right. I can make my move. Checking the crossings there. Mirror checks before we get to the crossing. Okay, so I can see we're approaching a roundabout again. We've got the sign there of give way, and we've got the blue sign telling us that it's a roundabout. So I'm just going to approach it in gear 2. There's cars coming from ahead blocking the guys on the right, so I'm just going to make sure that's still happening, and yes, they're getting blocked. I can carry on. Just going to turn next right here, so mirror, signal right. I'm going to position myself in this box here to turn right. So you notice here I've gone in front of this car next to me here so that he hasn't got any confusion about what I'm trying to do. I will go first before he comes out. So I'm just going to keep checking. There's a motorbike coming. I'm not going to cut him up. I'm just going to wait until there's enough space for me to move. I'm going to check my mirrors again before I go. I can see that's a nice space. Check my mirrors and then I'm off. Okay. So yeah, in that sort of situation, we'll probably cover it in a different lesson, but make sure you go in front of the car that's trying to come out so that they don't think you're letting them out, because sometimes if you position yourself too far away from the line, they'll think that there's space and then they'll come out in front of you. We're going to turn right here, yeah? So we're going to check our mirrors, signal right, bring the speed right down and make our turn on the correct side of the road. Check mirrors before you're adding speed. At the end of the road we're turning right, so mirror, signal right, and getting into gear 1. So I can't really see, see that? I couldn't see behind that car there, then the car came flying through, so I'm just going to come out slowly. There's a car quite far away now. So yeah, when you can't see like that, don't think that it's clear. Sometimes it's not. Just as a good example there, that car came flying through, so if I'd gone out, there's no way I would have seen him. There'll probably be no way that he can see me as well and crash into me. So here, just checking the left and the right as well. See there's nothing coming. Keep checking both sides, and I'm going to move on. So you see, I'm always checking and double checking, triple checking even, because things are constantly changing on the road. You need to be basically updating your information all the time by just checking and checking over again. So even as you move, check again, and then if it's still clear, you carry on. Sometimes you might have to make a decision to stop because you've seen something that's developed since you decided to move, or you've seen something that you might not have seen before. So always check and double check. At the next roundabout, we're going to be turning right. Yeah, let's turn right. So there's quite a bit of traffic leading up to it. So I've just got my foot just above the biting point. So just on the biting point, sorry. So it's not actually moving forward. Then if I want you to move forward, I'm just going to move it up a tiny bit, by about that much on my foot. Just a tiny bit like that. And then that will make it move forward. Then if I want to slow down again, I'm just going to put it down. And then bring it up a tiny bit just to where it was before, so it doesn't move forward or back. Yeah, this takes a bit of practice, and it depends on the car that you're driving as well. Some cars are easier, and also if you drive the same car all the time, you will get used to it, and you know where the biting point is and how much to use on the clutch and to keep the car balanced. So we're going to turn right, so I'm going to check my mirrors and signal right. So here, sometimes people go too far to the right before making the right turn, and that makes that makes you going around the roundabout really awkward. So I'm not going to do so. Where this black car is positioned is actually quite good, because this junction here is not big enough to be trying to be in the left or the right. It's basically like a one car junction here. I'm just going to go into neutral because it's a bit steep here, and I don't want to put too much strain on the clutch by keeping the biting point on a steep hill like this. Okay, so I can see the car in front has moved, so I'm just going to release my handbrake and I'm just going to keep my clutch still. I'm approaching it really slowly because the hedge there I can't really see properly, and you can see this little car came just flying around the corner from the hedge. This guy's indicating, but the guy behind him is not. So I'm just going to wait for another gap, a bigger gap. Then this guy's going round. He's gonna block this guy so that this van needs to stop for me. Thank you, sir. And that's it. So that's why, even though the left hasn't got priority, you still have to have a little look every now and again, just to make sure that the person on the left is doing the right thing. So this car's flashing me, so I'm just gonna make my move. Try that roundabout again. Just going to signal right. So this car's positioned himself a bit too far out, but he's fine. He's dealt with it. Okay, turning right, mirror, mirror. Checking. So I'm just gonna peep and creep. So peep in my head as far as I can stretch, and then peep and then creeping back just a tiny bit each time. Once I can see that's clear, check my right as well, and we're off. I'm gonna check my mirrors, and we're turning right again. So when it's quite busy like this, it can be a bit awkward to go on to join the other traffic there. So I'm just gonna see how we can do that. I'm checking for any more traffic coming from behind. These guys are already in the traffic, and once I can see that there's nothing coming from that side, I can go in the middle. And usually when you're here, people will let you through. So like this guy has. Don't assume they're letting you through though. Make sure that they're letting you through before you go into the road, before you go in front of them. So just go into the middle and then make some eye contact or something like that, and then they'll usually slow down and stop and let you come out. But only do that if you can see there's nothing coming from the other side that you're gonna get in the way of. Here I've just got my foot on the clutch, but it's just above the biting point, which is keeping my speed around like 4 miles an hour. If I bring it up higher, it'll probably go about 5 miles an hour. So if I do that, yeah, so now it's around 5 miles an hour. So at these sort of speeds, the clutch really controls everything in terms of how fast you go. And So like I can see the cars right now. I'm not pressing anything. The car's just moving by itself at this sort of speed, which is okay, which is what I want for now. As I approach this roundabout, I probably will go slower, which means I need to press the clutch down. We're going to turn right again. So like now, I'm going to press the clutch down a bit because I don't want to go into the back of this car. Just checking to see who's around me. So I can see there's a car on the right already waiting. I'm checking the left as well to see if they're going to come and block this car. There's no one indicating. These guys are all going straight. So you're looking here for if the guys are going straight, and then if there's lots of them, check here for any cars that are coming around to block them. Okay, you can see another car coming through the hedge. Looking for their signal as well. As soon as I see the car, I'm looking for their signal straight away. And I'm not in a rush to move here. Only when I see a nice gap. Yes, I'm scanning left, right. Left again, and then right. Just keeping an eye on all sides. So this car is coming to round, so it's just going to block that person, which gives me a chance to move. So you make sure you've seen that before, because if you don't see it early enough, you're not going to catch it, and then by the time you realize, it'll be too late. The other car will already be coming towards you now. So this roundabout here, we're going to turn right. There's only two exits, only left and right, so I'm going to signal right. Checking the right from earlier, I can see the cars. There are cars on the right, but they're in the other lane. This car should have waited for me, but I'm just going to slow down a bit to let him go past. So sometimes people will do that. They'll get in your way, but all you need to do is just reduce your speed slightly and let them go. Let them finish their turn. Once that car saw me, he should have really stopped, because that's why you want to signal in good time, so that people can see where you're going and they can make a decision whether to stop or not. And when you do, if people do cut in front of you like that, don't get upset, don't get too angry. Just best way to deal with it is just think they've made a mistake and let it go, because a lot of times people carry that stress with them for a long time after they've had that altercation, and a lot of times the altercation is not even that bad. So just let it go and you can have a nice relaxing drive. I know it's easier said than done, because sometimes people do things that are really annoying, but if they can get into the habit of letting that go, trust me, your driving experience will be much better. I've seen some people get stressed out over small things. Even saw one guy, it wasn't a learner, it was a man driving with his son in the car. He was beeping the whole time. I don't know what had happened between him and the other driver, but his neck was basically like about to pop. He was so veiny because he was like stressed out, screaming, and his poor little son was just sitting there in the passenger seat, probably scared, but he's probably used to it as well, which is even worse. But yeah, road rage, not good. Okay, so we've done a few roundabouts. We're going to do probably one more and then head home. So approaching the RAF museum on the left there. So if you're doing a test in Hendon, you'll probably be coming back after you finish your test now. Got a nice replica of a Spitfire over there, if you can see it. Okay, we've got a police car coming out of the left. I'm just going to reduce my speed here because I'm going on a bend and I don't know what's coming around, and junctions, there's people walking around as well, so I'm not going to be going as fast as I was before because there's more going on around here. And I can see there's a lady walking towards the zebra crossing on the left, so I'm just going to reduce my speed slightly, but when I get here she's not close enough for me to stop, so I'm just going to carry on. At this roundabout we're going to go straight second exit, so it's a big roundabout, so I'm just going to position myself to the left lane, approach it in second gear, so I'm just reducing my speed to about 20 miles an hour, getting into second gear, checking the right. I can already see there's cars coming from the right, and onto the roundabout itself there's cars on the roundabout because of traffic, so I'm just going to keep checking the right side. I can see that van indicating towards us as well, so indicators are very important on roundabouts. That's what you're going to be paying attention to a lot, and it will give you enough time and information about what to do. So once we get here, I'm going to signal left and position myself just here. So these cars that are already on the roundabout, they're already on this, so I can't do nothing about it. But the cars that are before the giveaway line have to wait for us now because we're already on the roundabout. We're coming from there, right? And I'm going to check my right mirror here as well, just in case there's any cars coming from that lane and trying to come off with me as well. So when it comes to exiting roundabouts, basically anywhere where there's space for other cars to come from, you want to be checking that mirror. So if there was space on the left for cars to come from, or even bikes, check that mirror as you're coming off. Make sure that there's no one coming off at the same time as you. Okay guys, so that's it for that one. Just a quick roundabout video. I will do a more detailed one in the future, so that was just a quick one. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments. We can maybe discuss that. And if you have any suggestions for other videos, put that in the comments as well. Let me know and we can see what we can do about that. So yeah, share, subscribe, like, all that kind of stuff, and until next time, later.